And welcome, members of the Final Fantasy Fans Union. This is our first podcast for the year 2011. This is Man I'm Smart here, Secondary Chief Administrator, here with Balmain and Dreadlord.
Hello,
Hello guys,
this is Bellman.
and this is Jet Lord.
Yes, two very helpful, one of our officers and the other one, the genius mind for the countdown that has recently started. So Dreadlord, what's the update on the countdown there?
Well, as far as I'm aware, we've had all of our first preliminary matches. Everyone's played at least one match, and yeah, we're moving on to the second round with only 4 contestants left.
Exciting. 4 contestants left, and the match 4 has just completed minutes ago. Hall of Fame is updated as well. And we're ready for the second and preliminary matches, which will be match 5 between Angel Bless and myself. So that's our update for the Final Fantasy Countdown. If you would like to join the Final Fantasy Countdown and participate in it, you can view the current matches, but I don't think they can they still sign up for a match, or is that too late for them?
Not exactly sign up. What you can do is that every time I update a post, you can also play along and send me like a private message. So essentially, what I'm doing is that I can involve every other spectator to play along with us. Not like score points or win achievements or anything, but they can also play along, and I'll be able to credit them and reveal their answers along with the participants. So that way, no one will feel left out. It's completely optional though.
Okay, that's
Can't
very
wait
good.
for my match. It's next. Yeah.
Indeed. Next thing I want to talk about is the latest news updates. We are keeping the homepage updated completely for all of our members with latest updates on the Final Fantasy TypeZero and Final Fantasy XIII leaking many bits of information. Are they spoilers? Are they not spoilers? It's up to you to decide. What have you two noticed about latest Final Fantasy XIII?
Definitely lots of spoilers. Lots and lots of spoilers.
I think
For me,
they're
anyway.
really... They seem to be really milking it at the moment. I mean, there's this whole business talk with DLC, how you have to... it's not like you have to buy it, but they're offering all these like weird add-ons that just seem really unconventional by Square standards. I mean, have you noticed that recently for Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah. They could easily just add it into the game already. Probably.
Yes, and I believe some of their content is only for store specific, correct? Or was
I'm
that
not-
for another game?
I'm not totally aware about this, but possibly. I mean, don't you have to be like a certain subscriber just to
Yes.
have access to these contents? Because
Indeed.
I myself don't personally have any of these consoles, so I'm just paying.
No, on PlayStation there'll be a section in the network store, and anyone can go in and buy it if they have the game.
Yeah, so you can get the DLC for the PSN if you have a PlayStation Network account.
Or
So-
even Xbox Live.
Yeah, or even Xbox Live, they sell it there as well. So much DLC for Final Fantasy 13. If you want to see the first 13 hours impressions, you can go on the homepage. It is the 3rd update, and much information revealed there about the leveling system, storyline, and further information on that. Our new Final Fantasy Media update is also up there if you'd like to see it. And TypeZero sells over 500,000 copies already. Is
With
that
that-
normal?
With that, they should think about selling worldwide. Definitely.
Yes. Several people have said that they want it to sell worldwide because the west side of the world is not getting the release at all. Several complaints in our union board as well, that people are very disappointed that Square did not release this in the Americas, or did they release it?
Or-
They didn't release it in Europe, right?
No,
They
they
didn't-
didn't. No.
They didn't, not in Europe either. So with 500,000 copies sold already, definitely a sign for Enix to go and sell more. Final Fantasy XIV also has a brand new interview up. with the producer and director, it says the game has improved immensely. Immensely improved. GameSpot may be even reviewing the game once again for its low scores. Have any of you two read the new production notes? What's your take on that?
To be
No.
fair, to be quite fair, I think what they can only do is like fix the gameplay and sort of the online interaction with everyone else. Because I thought when I remember watching a walkthrough with someone, I can't remember, someone famous who does walkthroughs and likes to make big parodies about it. He says that it's so heavily story driven with like so many cutscenes at the beginning, you barely get a chance to actually play the game. Rather, you're just there to like go around and sit there and take everything in, but not, interact.
Yeah, I see.
So there's no flow into it. No flow at all.
Yeah, and that can be easily proven in the, I believe it was the last media update on our homepage. We featured the first 10 to 15 minutes of Final Fantasy XIV gameplay, and 70% of that was all cutscenes, no real gameplay. And even at the start of the gameplay, you are completely lost and don't know where to go. There's no sense of direction or anything, but supposedly that has recently been fixed. So you can have a chance to try 14 once more. And moving off of that,
I'm hoping the PlayStation version will be good.
definitely PlayStation 3's, that's been
It's the one I'm hoping for anyway, since my
postponed so long already. That better be good, because they've had plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
At the same time that that's been fixed, Final Fantasy XI has brand new plans already, so they're keeping up with their gamers as well, as they have a whole chart of plans ready to be executed. You can see that on our homepage as well. October 28th update there. Final Fantasy 13 2. The second version of Final Fantasy 13, and guess what? We have a third edition also. Final Fantasy 13 3 has come out. If you want to see the cover art for 2, you can go to our homepage. The cover art is there. Soundtrack, I believe, is also there. But let's stay on this subject for a second. Final Fantasy 13 2 and 3 coming out already being planned. Is this necessary? Are they just milking 13 even more the same way they're milking 7?
No, they're milking this in a different way. They're milking this in actually like having sequels this time. But like, these could be good sequels. We don't know yet until we play them. So
I reckon
I like the first one. So I might like the second.
Yeah, to follow your point about the sequels, I reckon that a lot of the content that was erased from the original Final Fantasy 13 game could possibly be incorporated into the third Final Fantasy 13-3, because if you think about it, if Square are still going to keep going multi-platform, then they're possibly just going to keep recycling a lot of content from the previous game, or possibly 13-2 will possibly have a lot of content from there into 13-3. We don't know, but it is highly likely, considering they had to substitute so much content from the original game.
Yeah,
But they did add loads, apparently anyway.
yeah.
The story wise anyway, and
Story-wise, much added story-wise. That's true.
and for exploring and stuff.
I just hope they don't use recycled material that much.
Well, they'll kind of have to, since same characters, same.
Well, yeah, same
place.
environment. But not completely, just because I know in Final Fantasy 14 I saw that they used just same layers of patches for the entire environment. They use the same layer throughout the entire thing. That's what I'm saying right there.
I never really noticed that, since I barely seen anything.
Okay. Just gonna quickly touch on that's our latest news updates on the forum on the Union. You can check all of our updates right there. If you missed some of it, you can go in our directory and click the articles archive where everything is stored up. The Union has also leveled up to level 9, I believe, and we are going to raise to level 10 very soon, as we have our misspelled Halloween banner up there. 3 L's.
Don't know
So,
how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know how I was there. I was doing a rush there, but
Took us like 5 days to figure it out. or
Yeah,
even
5 days
C.
to figure it out just to get a banner up there. But I'm planning to reach level 10 hopefully, so we'll be among the top rank of unions right there. So watch the level, members. Watch the level there. We might get leveled up right there. Also, union events have been planned. We have brand new union events planned in October. Obviously, last month we had the countdown start and the caption contest. That is completed. You can see that. And this coming December, we're having union awards, banner competition. November, we're having the start of the FFFU Fantasy, which has already started. Myself and Balmain will be keeping track. So if you get a message from me or Balmain, you'll see that you have leveled up. Or when you haven't leveled up, banner competition is this month, and the countdown matches will be continuing. Dread, how long are these countdown matches going to be lasting? Are they lasting to January, end of December?
Ideally before Christmas, because to be right frank, I think everyone deserves a break of, trying to rack their brains around these letters and Hammond quizzes, because to be fair, it is quite, I admit, on the contestants and myself, it is quite strenuous work having to like log in and look at these words and jumble them up, because it's not something you do every day, to be frank.
This
That's
is
true.
actually harder than the original countdown on TV. Because you have to actually think of a Final Fantasy word.
That's true. So yes, we're planning to finish that before Christmas break. Hopefully in January, we're starting off with a brand new Final Fantasy battle style game called Clash of Legends. Gonna be hosted by Albed FFX. Hopefully we can get that started. And February we have a talent show, brand new. We'll get to you those details in the coming podcasts. And March we have Chocobo Racing. No details have been spilled on that, but we'll see what happens. If you have any suggestions or discuss any of these, you can go on our suggestions and discussions thread and just place your comments there. FFFU Fantasy. Brand new. We're racking up points. Balmain, Dread, you think this is a good idea? Is this bringing activity?
I thought that because when I first joined GameSpot, I was kind of bizarrely addicted to their leveling up system. I don't know why. It's just these incentives to like gain emblems or post comments or just spam whatever. And I thought it's all right, but it can be somewhat unhealthy. And I thought, well, I guess there's no problem adding a bit of incentive into a secondary source into like a union as such. I just think. I just believe that we just gotta be careful how the users will interact with each other, because I did mention about this whole hierarchical little system.
Hierarchy, yes.
Yeah, that could conflict. I'm not sure if it'll generate a negative or positive response, but we'll just have to see this month.
Well, so far there's not many users that are like that. Or
Yeah, I haven't seen several that exhibit the quality of that. That is also why I placed in a very strict manner on the first post. This is not a hierarchical system, so no one should be taking this as a hierarchical system. At this point, though, the highest level that we have to give this user some recognition, currently it's between WSG Random Person, who is going to be leveling up to level 4, after I add the current points, and very close is Raven 325, and these are the highest among there. John Grows 77, excuse me. John Grows 77 is very close as well. Those are our 3 most activists in the union with the highest level and highest points there.